Hey everybody, it's Steve and Doug with the PATC, and you are joining us for another episode of the Toy Mill. And when I say another episode, I mean like a hopefully not too jumbo sized, but an episode that is just packed with super toy goodness. We recently had Pulse Con this past Thursday and Friday, so tons to talk about. What do you want to talk about first, Doug?
Well, Steve, there were so many reveals in the Hasbro Pulse Con. And you can say what you want, some people naysayers, whatever about Hasbro, but I think with this Pulse Con, they knocked it out of the park. Uh, Almost every single one of their panels was good. And I say almost, I don't want to poo-poo on a certain one, but most of them, the majority of them were just straight up home runs. And right out of the gate, their first panel was Transformers, and
Yep,
they did not disappoint. They
not at
pulled
all.
out a lot of the stops for this particular panel. Uh, and say what you want about the host or whatever, or how corny or how cringy it was. Really didn't matter, because what were we all there for? We were there for the toys.
Toys.
Damn it! Show
Yep.
us the toys, and they did. They showed us the toys. And so, well, what I'll do is I'll put up on the screen, and we'll just talk about them because, geez, we need to have our opinions on these, Steve.
Yes, you all need to know. Uh,
All right. So, not in any particular order, not in the order that they shown, but in the order that I have it on my screen, we'll go by that. And so, one of the things that they revealed at PulseCon was core class Dinobots.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a little mixed on these, and they didn't show all of them, did they? They just showed like
No,
Flag and Sludge.
so I'm a big Dinobot fan. All right, and even when I was a little kid, when the Dinobots first came out, and Devastator was a thing, I always thought that the Dinobots should have been a combiner, even back in those days. And so I don't know how a lot of people about the Dinobots turning into Volcanicus, but me, I'm a big fan of that. I,
Yeah, I
I think it's
mean,
freaking cool.
yeah, but the what Dynatron or something like that would have been everybody's thought, and Grimlock's the middle, and all the other Dinobots combined. You're right. I mean, there's no kid that never thought that that wouldn't be super awesome.
Well,
So I
and
got mixed feelings on these things. One, I don't like the scale. It just seems weird to me to have Dinobots in tiny scale unless they have this idea that they're just going to release like 30 or 40 classic characters in that scout class size.
I do think
Uh,
that they're intending to go that way, because they know that the larger class of toys is a bit expensive these days, and that adult collectors are after them, paying those large amounts of prices. These ones are going to be a little bit more easy on the pocketbook, but that also means that they're going to be more accessible and more easily to grab by the scalpers, and then to be turned around and sold for a higher price than they should be. Um, but every once in a while, people get lucky. We get lucky when we go to the store and we find something really cool. So these ones are designed not to hurt the wallet. They're supposed to not hurt the wallet. Um, and for it turning into the core class, some things were sacrificed, right?
yeah,
Some of the design elements, the detail elements, uh, the being able to hide certain parts of the robot while it's in robot mode versus Dinobot mode. It still looks a little chunky, looks a little clunky. But I was still happy to see that they were doing this, because I actually do like the core class.
yeah. I mean, you can see right in that picture. I would not expect it to be, the kibble fully hidden, or like the insides of it. There, you can see on the front section of slag there that you can just kind of see the robot underneath there. That's okay, actually. I mean, if you're a little kid and you're doing some imaginative play, it doesn't matter if it just remotely resembles a dinosaur. The articulation's really good on these figures.
They do. They have
Um,
bending knees. They have 360-degree ball joint arms. It doesn't look like they have elbow. But they are trying to make them a little bit more cartoon animated accurate. Like here, he's got the red head instead of the black head, which he had the red head in the cartoon. So I mean, they're making strides, and I think Transformers, along with the GI Joe, they're trying to do right. It seems right by collectors for the most part. They are trying to do right and giving us what we want.
Yeah, yeah, it'll sell, and I think it's
Oh, it'll
okay. It just
sell.
the size was a little off-putting for me, as well as some of the kibble that was on them. But overall, it's, I mean, it might actually even play better than the original Dinobots figures.
Well, yeah. But the cool thing is that they're going to combine again into Volcanicus.
This this is my problem one right there.
I see what you're looking at. I know
Oh
what you're
no.
saying.
Wait until it's in robot mode and everybody else sees what I'm looking at. The hips. What the
Yeah.
hell with the hips, man? Come on.
Well, the hips don't lie, right? And so this guy
No.
is, like I said, there's kibble that because of the core class, they're just not able to hide.
Yeah, his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I mean, that's a it's so off-putting. I mean, I don't even know what you pretend that is.
Well,
What are you supposed to pretend? Do they like fold forward in their guns or something?
I
At a
don't know.
minimum, you
Until I get
might
one
need
in hand and I actually get to mess around with him. Maybe this part, maybe they're just like snappable, like you can just remove them. And then if you can just
yeah,
remove them, then they're fine. But
yeah, if they pop off, it might make a more or I should say a less ugly displaying figure. I wish they had come up with some other way to contend with that. Otherwise, the aesthetics are pretty nice on that one. It looks almost good.
almost good. And like I said, they made some sacrifices in order to bring the Dinobots to the core class. They had to be okay with having kibble,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with it because I'm interested to see how Volcanicus looks when he's all transformed. You can see here that they're starting to already show you what he's going to look like. That's his.
Yeah, that must be Grimlock there.
Yep. No, you can. That doesn't look like Grimlock.
Huh. No, maybe it
That's got
isn't.
both of them. It looks like Slug and Slag are combined to
Yeah,
make
that
it.
looks like a torso and a head to me.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, that's
Let's see.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see what it is. So I'm pretty happy that they decided to do that. Let's see. Get past these guys. These are all the images that they had that they were sharing. There's the inbox, which I like the Legacy Evolution design. I like the Legacy design. It's pretty cool.
Box art looks good.
We do know that they're going to less plastic for displays for the box, so this is to be expected. Okay, here's the next core class,
Yeah,
which was just a repaint of Soundwave, which is all Sound Blaster is, right? That's all he ever was.
Yeah.
But still a beautiful figure. The Soundwave is my favorite of the core class figures so far. So to get a Sound Blaster is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that translated really well to core class.
It really did. When they eventually release a blaster in core class, that's just going to be friggin' outstanding to have all three of them. There's the box art. Look at that. I mean, it's still pretty cool. I love the design aesthetic of the Legacy line. Okay, so speaking of which, this is the new poster that they revealed.
Yeah, and there is one on there that I was the most jazzed about, 100%.
Yeah, we'll get to that guy.
Yep.
But first, okay, so
did you see in the background that they had Armada Optimus Prime up there at the top? At the very, very top up there.
Oh, here?
Yeah, Armada Optimus Prime.
Let's go see if we can get a closer look at him.
A bit pixelated, but that's actually kind of an interesting Optimus design. You know, when Transformers first started becoming cars and trucks again, you went right from robots in disguise to Armada, and I mean that was their updated Prime. Hotshot don't care about that design very much.
No, but it is showing us that they are moving into the Armada world of Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right, so let's go next. Okay, so this is the one that has me really excited because This one is the completes Menasor, right? So this is
Yep.
Breakdown. And he will be the last Stunticon to combine into Menasor, which is, for people who don't know, that's what is it?
Motor Master,
Motor Master, Drag
Drag
Strip,
Strip,
Wild Rider,
Breakdown, Wild Rider,
Breakdown, and the Red Porsche. What's the Red Porsche?
Dead End.
Dead End. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so all of them combined will create Menasor finally. I did pre-order this one because I was like, okay, I don't want to risk the chance of losing him and not being able to create Menasor. So I had to pre-order this one. I didn't want the chance to disappear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
You can't have Menasor with, like, one leg not happening. So
Yeah, I get it.
but there he is, a little bit more that they showed when they had him in hand. All right, this guy.
Yeah.
So he fits right in with the Junkions, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. Scrap Hook is his name. He looks interesting to me. I don't remember him as a character in the cartoon. Did they create him just for this? Is this something new, or?
This is something new.
Okay.
He looks like he should be in a Mad Max movie.
He doesn't look bad. One of the things that they said, okay, so he is a parts former and he is a traditional transformer. So he has instructions to transform him without removing parts, and then you can remove his parts to make him for something else, to combine him to another transformer.
So is this like a takeoff of Transformers the movie when all the Junkions are busting apart and
It very well could be
into motorcycles and riding on each other and all that stuff?
I think it could be, which is a pretty cool idea, because then you can combine him with Retgar, because Retgar has those extension ports on them. What was the latest Junkion that they released?
I don't remember it. Scrap Heap or something.
Scrap Heap or something like that. So he fits right in with that, and I'm okay with that. He's one that if I see him on the shelf or he's seen on the shelf, then yeah, probably grab him. But we're not going to go out to eBay, or we're not going to go to the store to try to find him.
Right.
He's one of those, if he ever happens to be on the shelf, yeah, sure, why not? He's got a good look about him. I do like that kind of junked up look.
Yeah, but why does he have an exhaust port on his hubcap?
Don't ask questions, Steve.
Sorry, I that is so off-putting. You see an exhaust pipe coming right off the back wheel. That's got to go in that port that's just adjacent to the fender well there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which they do have right there. So come on. Somebody put it in the wrong spot.
Oh man, I know that those supposed like transformer gurus show you mistransformed shit all the time.
Yeah.
But okay, now faith is restored.
There's the box art for him. Again, we're seeing less and less of a window for Transformers.
It's creative that they just band them in and then they leave a hole in the cardboard. I like that, still being able to see the toy like that.
Yep. 17 steps, right? And look, you can combine him with other people. So let's see what happens here. This guy is a hot shot from Armada. I never was really into Armada. I know a little bit about it, but not enough to make me a fan. I know this character was created as a replacement for Bumblebee because they lost the copyright for the name Bumblebee at some point, and so they wanted a Bumblebee type character. So here's Hot Shot.
Well, Hot Shot was a little bit more Hot Rod than Bumblebee. I don't know why they went that direction, but he was like he's essentially what Bumblebee is now.
Yeah.
Like he's a warrior and he's skilled and he's considered somewhat young. That original series, it suffered because it was an anime that was brought here. It wasn't created for the American audience specifically and then exported like original G1. I've never been a fan of the character, never been a fan of his vehicle modes or anything. This one looks nice. It looks like it should.
This one is going to be an easy pass for me because it just doesn't fit in my collecting wheelhouse, right? I'm just not the design, the character doesn't knock my socks off. But I'm glad that they're giving us these other lines of Transformers, right?
Yeah, it's a really good idea after we've just had like this exhaustive G1 push to start pulling in from different continuities, because they're going to release another Ironhide and Ratchet movie figures,
Yep.
uh, and then they need to wait another year or two before they make me spend more money on those again.
But I think there's going to be a lot of collectors who are excited about this one, and that's great. I'm happy that they get something that they want on their shelves.
Yeah,
I'm not an Armada guy, so he's an easy pass for me, even though he does look pretty cool. But if I see him on the shelf, he gets passed up for somebody else. And again, legacy packaging, even more withdrawn. Look how small
he
that
looks so
window
sad.
is.
Maybe he's supposed to be coming through a portal.
Oh, who knows? Speaking of nose, this is Needle Nose, right?
Yeah.
And I actually am pretty excited about this one. I love the look of him. It's got a very traditional look.
Uh-huh.
He comes with the two weapon masters. I like his head. I mean, like, look at that. That's pretty cool.
That's a really good sculpt. And it was almost like, well, we're pulling a little bit too much Optimus Prime here,
Mhm.
so let's make it look like a knight's helmet on top of a guy.
I like how it looks. I would have made the nose of the ship kind of bolt back up a little bit, but it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I mean, anybody looking at this figure like outside looking in, he'd be more like Needle Dick than Needle Nose. But it's like the G1 figure though, man. I mean, like you want that G1 detail. He's got
He's got it.
a tragically placed, phallic shaped piece of kibble coming off the backside.
But it still looks good. I love the coloring on him. I love the details. So he's one that if we ever find him, might have to pick this one up. His alt mode is a little clunky, it looks like.
Yeah, just like the original.
But
Yep.
yeah, there he is in
Yeah,
hand.
cool colors.
Yeah, the colors are cool, and I love his robot mode. I actually do like
Yeah.
how he looks there. In-store packaging again. Whoop whoop. We're getting less and less.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, here we are, Steve. You want to break us down on this one?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Man, finally, effing finally. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little backstory on this. Beast Wars, super popular, right? When it came out, like it really hooked Transformers fans back in. And we had Monkey Miss Prime and Megatron the dinosaur, etc., etc. And then lo and behold, right after Beast Wars, probably like right around Beast Machines time, or maybe just a smidge after that, Hasbro does a direct to consumer offer featuring characters from the Japanese Beast Wars, which was not CGI, it was animation, where their Optimus Prime character turned into a freaking badass white lion.
Oh,
When I first saw that design, it just like knocked me off of my seat. Traditional, like Optimus Prime looking face and head. You've got a lot of really good original Optimus Prime colors. And when you think about like, okay, you think about like there all these Transformers characters turning into like monkeys and squirrels or what the shit ever they turned into, beaks for hands. Would it not have made way more sense to have your central Optimus Prime character be a freaking lion?
oh, heck yeah, heck
I
yeah.
mean, like that design right there should have been what we did for Optimus Primal. I mean, it
Yeah.
is just such a terrific design, and I think I've seen part of the series subtitled. It's goofy, it's like anime stuff that it nails us, it resonates with a certain consumer. But I bought one of those, and it was $39.99. And I mean, that was my like Optimus Prime Beast Wars. Like, if there was ever a crossover where the real Optimus Prime showed up and we didn't have that, Optimus Primal playing second fiddle, like, shouldn't even have the name Optimus.
Mhm.
I mean, this would have been like the ultimate crossover. So over the years, we have gotten some really like shitbird versions of this character, just like awful repaints and just just crap, like with the lion's head in the center of the chest. We've never gotten a really good, like, true to character version. And this one is so startlingly similar to the original figure, which I have one. Um, I will say the original figure was so, like these Beast Wars toys, you know how all the crap is like really, it wears out really quick and the connections are really small and they don't
Mhm.
stay together well.
Yep.
Same thing with this original figure. This is going to be a Voyager scale figure, I believe, or up above deluxe. I think it's going to be our like $25 price point, and that's an instant buy for me. I
He
pre-ordered.
looks well worth the money.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that on Pulse.
You did? You got this one?
I 100% did.
Yeah.
And normally I'm willing to find them on the shelf, but like upon sight of this figure, it is so awesome. It's everything that Optimus Prime Beast Wars should have been.
Well, I for one am a huge fan of the lion head on the shoulder. I love how that looks. But let's see. I mean, look at this.
Better than a beak for a hand.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's
They did a
okay.
good job of hiding the robot kibble pieces. Looks very, very good.
Yeah, funny enough, it's a lot closer to the actual anime version. The first one that came out, the lion mode of the toy, didn't really match the lion mode on the cartoon very well, but this one is much more cartoon accurate.
He just looks great.
Yeah, he's got those like flip up lasers around the mane and all of that. And I believe you can swivel around the lion's feet and pull the claws out of him, and he's got some like, hand to hand combat style Wolverine claw things that come out of him.
He looks freaking cool. I mean, there's nothing else to really say about that one. I mean, the box art is beautiful. Look at that. A big white lion.
It's amazing. Yep. And they call him Leo Prime, and in Japan Prime. It was Lio Convoy. And here's Tarn.
This is Tarn. He's an interesting looking figure to me. I actually do kind of like this idea where he's fused the Decepticon logo to his face. He's a beastie looking guy. I mean, he looks huge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like he's got unnecessary kibble on him. He looks like a good robot.
Yeah, that's a terrific representation of the IDW character. He was introduced
really cool.
in IDW with this other group of Decepticons. I forget what they called. They're called like the Tribunal or the Judgment or something. What they do is what is it? Decepticon Justice Society. I don't remember. But what they do is they hunt down actual Decepticons who are not up to snuff, who aren't carrying the Decepticon ideology forward, and they judge and punish bad Decepticons who aren't decepting enough,
who aren't bad enough.
Or it's in the comic books, it's much deeper than just good and evil,
right?
The ideals of what the Decepticon Empire are there for. Decepticon Justice Division, that's what it is. So they're like the evil shits that police the Decepticons.
And well, he looks cool. I mean, I'm not really usually a big fan of IDW, but the stories always seemed kind of a little weird to me. But I love the design of this guy. He looks freaking cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that is so hyper accurate to the comics. That is an insanely what would you call it, like true to comics character. It's like a love letter to the comic. It's really nice. It's not my cup of tea, but it's a really nice figure.
He does look really cool, and he's Voyager class, which means he's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip. So this is the Magic the Gathering. We're gonna skip kind of through these because, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We don't have enough time to waste on Magic. So, yeah, but Magic you can see some of these. They were pretty interesting in some of their designs. Very animation accurate.
Weird.
A little odd.
I mean, like you got them that look like the cartoon, and then you have some weird, like CG looking things.
Yeah. But you know, for some people who like Magic the Gathering, I mean, it was a cool combination, right? It was something cool. I can recognize it for how cool it is. I don't collect it, so it's not going to be something in my wheelhouse, but I still recognize how cool it is.
So we don't have a version of Optimus Prime, uh, propelling into the air with his rifle leveled at multiple Decepticons and having that be like the ultimate. For every mana that you put into him, he's a +1/+1 creature. I didn't see that one.
It doesn't look like it, but you know. But then we got this one. We knew this one was coming. I think we had some sneak peeks before Pulse Con about these things. But here they are. So basically, all they are. This is Orion Pax, and this is
Alpha Trion.
Alpha Trion, and all they are is basically a repaint of Cup and a repaint of Scourge, right?
But that Alpha Trion looks really good.
Well, the colors they look really good. I like his head. Very very G1 cartoon accurate in as far as the colors.
Mm-hmm.
And Cup was a good way to bring Orion Pax in. If you're going to reuse a mold for that, perfect mold for it.
Yeah, and there's some mold changes to it. They use a lot of Cup, but that torso is a little bit different.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same transformation, right?
You know what they should call that, the pack.
Why?
Megatron, you hurt my girlfriend. No.
No. I get it.
And Megatron's like, who the F is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the colors. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to see one in person because I think this was an exclusive. And I did not order it, so I won't see it. But it's still cool that it's out there.
It's kind of an interesting piece of history. More items for you to spend your money on. Looks cool. Vector Sigma.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
With the key.
Yep.
All right. So we knew this one was coming. In fact, I even think you picked one up for me, Motor Master.
Yeah, I got that in the pile to bring over. I don't know why they showed that. Those are light brights.
So yeah, the light bright was kind of a cool, interesting. They had 3 different light brights sets, each with 6,000 pegs. And they're supposed to have these pre-designed things that you can plug the lights in around and come up with these designs. I think one was Bumblebee, one was the Autobot symbol, and then this one was of course Optimus Prime. It's the biggest light bright set they said that they've come out with to date, which is actually pretty cool. I think I like 8-bit, 16-bit art. So to have a light bright that can actually do that in really good detail is actually a cool idea. I'm pretty jazzed about that.
Yeah, I think that they're neat. It's not not for me, but I think it's really cool seeing those. If I'm going to spend the time putting something together with 6,000 pieces, I'm getting the Lego Optimus Prime.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But I mean, that's super freaking cool.
So the next one is Shattered Glass Soundwave, and I did pre-order this guy. I had to. I missed the boat on the standard Soundwave turning into a cassette player, and I didn't want to miss him this time around. I actually kind of think the ice cold look on these Shattered Glass guys are pretty cool. You know how much I love the clear blue plastic crack that's on the front of them.
Yeah.
So I actually am pretty excited about this one.
I think it's really weird to me though to see them in all white for like the Decepticon characters that went good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost assume that you would see a few more reds and grays and whites, like a lot of the Autobots had, but it's almost like all of the Shattered Glass Decepto Autobots are like this white, blue, and neon.
Yeah. I mean, they were going for a certain design aesthetic, and that's cool.
Yeah, cool figures though.
Very cool. He comes with Ravage and he comes with Laserbeak in really cool colors. So, like I said, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I like it. I like the design. I love the fact that got 10 minutes. I love the radio aspect. The cassette player album. So I'm super excited. I get the opportunity to get this one.
Yeah, I see the appeal behind them.
And the designer of the toy actually drew the alternate cover for this Shattered Glass
Hmm.
cartoon or comic, which comes with the if you pre-ordered them on Hasbro Pulse, you'll get that alternate cover.
Okay.
Then they had this weird Tarn. They tried to say, "Oh, look, it's Tarn in person," and it was just augmented reality. That's all it was. It's
So you're like Captain Power looked more realistic than that.
Oh yeah, totally. They were trying to say, "Oh, look, he's really right here." Okay, thank you for the bad acting. All
Oh yeah.
right, on to the next. Okay, so we got like a couple of minutes that we need to touch on some of these things. And this was a big one that we were really waiting for. Indiana Jones in 6-inch form, with photorealistic faces, right?
Yeah. So several episodes ago, we had speculated or wished that something like this was coming.
Yep. And so we got it. And so
Yep.
some people I saw in the chat were kind of complaining that, oh, why does he only have the single jointed knees?
It's not. I bet that thing swivels left to right as well as forward and back.
That's not a design flaw as far as I'm concerned.
No.
It's I think this figure is beautiful, and he's going to look good next to GI Joe and my other 6-inch action figure. So
Hell yes.
really looking forward to getting this one. It comes with the birthing idol, the fertility idol.
Yeah.
Some alternate hands there, and the alternate whip. You can have it so it can go on his belt or he can go in his hand. And the couple of images I've seen of this, the whip is in different angles, so I'm not sure if you can bend the whip.
Wonder if it's got a metal rod in there that
I
bends
don't know,
like
but
pipe
I'm
cleaner thing.
interested to find out because that would be a really cool idea. Some more action poses of just
Hmm.
look at that,
Yeah, great.
so great, so great. Toph,
Yep.
look at that guy. So he even has well, he has the hat, he has the overcoat. But
Yeah.
look at this. He even's got
The
the melting face action. Look at that.
yeah.
But another just outstanding addition to this six-figure lineup that I'm glad they're putting in all this detail and all this work into it. 6-inch Sala.
Yeah.
You go first, Indy. If you remember a while ago in the early 2000s, there was a 3 3/4 inch Indiana Jones line that they tried to bring out. And
Yeah.
a lot of these designs are kind of reminiscent of that 3 3/4 design, just scaled up to the 6-inch, which I am okay with. Happy to just get any of these characters in a 6-inch design.
Yeah, Crystal Skull was a mixed bag. They were almost good figures, but you were hard pressed to find a good like face sculpt for Indy. It was horrible.
Yeah. Here's Belloc in the ceremonial getup.
Yeah.
He does not have the exploding head option.
Looking like a Batman villain from the
Yeah, a little
60s.
bit. But look at the face, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that looks like Belloc.
Berloche.
Marion with the monkey. They pointed out that the monkey is also photorealistic.
Fine.
Sure. But this it looks just like she should, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
she comes with a frying pan, I think. Yeah, a frying pan.
Yep.
So I think it's the same loadout as the 3 3/4 figures that we had back in the day, just again scaled up.
Yeah, they all look really good. I think if we were to do comparison time, they would be way better. Look how good that looks. Holy
Oh yeah,
cow.
yeah, absolutely. And the other pack in with these is the build an artifact. So you get one piece of the arc for each one that you build. So if you want a 6-inch scale arc, you're going to have to buy all of them, right? So
Yeah. Yep. And no window boxes. They're in solid boxes.
yep. So there's what it comes with when you finally complete it all, which is really cool. Yep, there again. So here
And
we
then the
are,
big
all 5 of them.
the big one for me is coming.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's I also pre-ordered that for us, Steve.
Yes.
And we'll get this is the box art, all closed box. But this one,
Boom
here he is.
goes the dynamite right
Okay.
there.
So, Hasbro, for whatever reason, this go around stayed very far away from any retro anything. And then Indiana Jones drops this gem on us, and I could not be more happy with this one. Never had an opportunity to get any of the 3 3/4 original Indiana Jones figures as a kid. Still wanted them as an adult. So to be able to grab this guy in package, he's going right on the display.
Yep. He has the gun that fits in the holster.
Yep.
And that whip, that cone on the end of the whip there was to hold that into his hand so that when you did the whipping action, the arm was spring loaded 2 ways. He could draw his pistol or he could whip with the arm.
Yep.
I have one of these and it's not in the best of shape. And they are like retarded money right now. I mean, just like a crummy one is 40 or 50 bucks with nothing on eBay.
Oh,
but
yeah.
to be able to get these for $14.99 is just nuts. And it is so exciting. Even do you have a picture of the packaging?
Yep, I do. So I know you weren't able to grab one, so
yes,
I pre-ordered one for you.
Well, side note, I was able to pre-order one, but
Oh, did
I will
you?
take 2, one so I can have it out of package and one to keep in.
Well, either way, you got one coming.
No, I was so afraid, man. I didn't get to pre-order till way later, but Hasbro got it right. I mean, those pre-orders for all their stuff stayed up late.
Look at that. Stayed very true to the original design, packaging, and the colors.
Oh yeah.
I think the only thing that's different is this kind of up here, which is fine.
It's remarkably close. I believe that the original line did not subscribe to the specific like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was the Adventures of Indiana Jones, and then the Raiders below it.
Right. So they also do have prop pieces that they're going to start pushing out in this line. So the first one that they said was the Staff of Ra. And this actually glows when you put it in the right hole. That's what she said. Anyway, moving on.
I couldn't even. You can't even keep that clean. Good for you.
But the box is actually really cool. It has that adult collector in mind. The really dark colors with the high detail. So it's really, really good. And that's just those panels. Like the G.I. Joe panel was freaking awesome. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so we'll see if I got like 2 minutes we can do this.
Yeah. And I have a very big announcement too.
Okay. So try to touch over these really quickly. Sergeant Slaughter's the Marauders. They put barbecue in these colors, which is just a reissue of the mold for barbecue that they already had.
Yep.
But in Slaughter's Marauders colors. So he looks
Mad
really
Marauders.
Good. Mad Marauders.
Yep.
I pre-ordered this one.
Yep.
I couldn't let this one pass.
Love it.
She is a remarkable mold.
Yep.
Her accessories can load out, go on to her holsters. Just beautiful. This one was cool. Nope. It's not an absolute need for me, but it's just kind of cool. This one, hell yes. Please.
Yep. Knew that was coming.
Yes,
we knew it was coming. Yep. Yeah, it looks awesome.
This one is another yes. I love the look on this one.
Wow. I
love that classic Green Beret look.
And that G.I. Joe the movie hair under there, like under the beret. Yeah, that I love the updated shotgun. I love everything. That's one of my very favorites right there.
Look at these tats, dude. Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, we got less than a minute for this segment, and we still had so much to talk about, but we got to end it there. So we'll end it on G.I. Joe with that roadblock. Hasbro Pulse, everybody go out to YouTube if you really want to see all of it. If you missed it when it first came out, there are some great reveals in there. So everybody, thank you for joining us tonight for our toy mill. We really appreciate it. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the toy aisle.